The Endless Golf Podcast, brought to you by Toyota.
Welcome into another edition of the Endless Golf Podcast presented by Toyota. Joining me is PGA professional and the owner of Ruddo's Golf, John Ruddo. And John, first of all, happy holidays. The first time I'll say that this year. And I want to say you're very festive with the Christmas tree at your store. It looks great.
It's retail, Bobby. You gotta get that customer in that mood for the holiday season. So we're excited for the holiday season, and we're stuffed. We have apparel, clubs, hats, balls, putters, bags, everything. We got a lot of good sales going on. So we're excited for the next few weeks.
Now you've been in that location for what, 2 years now?
Almost 2 years in March. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. It's a nice size location. And if you look in the background of John, not only do you see the Christmas tree, but you see a number of golf bags. And that's obviously a good gift for a lot of golfers. A lot of golfers keep their bags too long, Johnny. A little worn out, maybe a good golf bag every now and then to update that be a good thing.
You're one of those people, I think, that like to keep the bag a little bit longer. But and the nice thing about it, we have probably 120 bags in here, different brands, different colors, different size, shapes. For men and women. So real good selection.
Well, one of the things about the golf bag is you have to have something to put in the golf bag. And the items you put in that golf bag are pretty important, John. Playing with the right set of golf clubs. We talk about it all the time, every year, this time of year, and even as we talk about how to improve your golf game. Obviously, in the off season, people aren't playing as much golf this time of year in the Mid-Atlantic. So, getting the right set of clubs, maybe starting off 2026 like that, a good opportunity to do that for Christmas time.
A good idea. Yeah, definitely. I can't tell you how many times someone walks through the door with clubs that are 20 and 30 years old that really don't operate like they should. With the technology that is available today, forgiveness characteristics, the overall lightweightness of the club, and just forgiveness characteristics to the clubs nowadays make the game so much easier. As you know, this game can be very frustrating. So I definitely recommend, if you have anything, definitely 7-8 years or older. The technology nowadays has improved drastically. We have Titleist, we have Ping, we have TaylorMade, Callaway, all the name brands, and different price points too, Bobby. You don't have to spend $3,000 to get a new set of clubs. There's some economical clubs out there that'll make a little bit not quite as painful, and also we do carry a fair amount of pre-owned clubs too. So if you're looking for equipment, we have a great assortment, and also a simulator here to demo the clubs if you need to. So
John, one of the things I've noticed over the years is my hair has gotten a little grayer. There's been more head covers in my golf bag, and I think that's a fact. So your game changes, your swing changes a little bit, your swing speed. The hybrids have been a big thing to get the ball in the air. I've actually had trouble hitting hybrids, but I have a lot of head covers because I have a lot of woods. I've got a 4-wood, a 5-wood. I even put a 9-wood, as you know, in my bag this year. So, and it's been great because it hits the ball a lot higher. It can hold some greens. So, that has really helped my game.
Well, let's start with the hybrids. I mean, Freddie Couples, who obviously is and was a great golfer. I think his first iron is a 7-iron, so he's got a 3, 4, 5, 6 hybrid. And what's also been popular this year has been the lofted fairway wood. So, like you said, some people struggle with hybrids. We have sold a lot of 7 woods, 9 woods, and even 11 woods. So don't be afraid to put one of those in your bag. The PGA Tour players are most of them have some type of utility fairway wood in their bag. Again, on tour, they're playing in different conditions. The greens are a lot firmer. So, getting home on a par 5 with a lofted fairway wood makes it easier for the ball to land on the green and stay on the green. But that's definitely recommend lofted hybrids. And like I said, a big push from all the manufacturers with lofted fairway woods, 7, 9, 11 woods. And to be honest with you, I had a 5-wood that's adjustable. So I call it my 6-wood. So it's like 20.5 degrees. So with a 5-wood shaft in it. So you have a lot of flexibility with some of these club manufacturers where you could, buy a 5-wood or even 7-wood and tweak the lofts to get it to, where you want it to be. So again, it definitely makes the game easier.
It really does. And from a personal standpoint, as you know, you and I worked together to try to find me a 3-wood. It took me a while. I had a lot of different clubs, and then there was one day the new 3-wood came out from TaylorMade, and I was able to hit that, and it really changed my game.
Yeah.
It's not as consistent as say my 4-wood. I'm a little more consistent with that. But to your
Right.
point, if I need to hit it a little bit further, a little lower, maybe get home on a par 5 that I couldn't reach, or even longer holes where you got to lay up. It certainly made a
Right.
difference to my game. So sometimes it's not an easy, quick fix. You got to kind of look around, hit some
Right.
golf clubs. And one of the great things about you having a simulator there, you can kind of work with the golfers to see how far they're hitting it, their swing speed, et cetera, to make sure they get the right golf club.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. And then also, still on the golf club front, not to switch subject, but the putters that are available now also have improved drastically. The blade has become like a dinosaur. Most of your top, I think the top 10 PGA Tour players all have some type of mallet putter. So if you have older putters, maybe with no inserts and a blade like, the characteristics of the newer putter definitely makes it easier to get the ball rolling on the intended line and give you a truer roll. And again, more forgiving. If you don't hit it on the sweet spot, the mallet will keep the ball on line better than a blade will. And again, we've got, obviously, Lab has been a big player in the field this year. JJ Spawn won I think it was the U.S. Open at Oakmont with Lab, so that's been a popular putter. But all the companies, TaylorMade, Odyssey, even Scotty Cameron has some type of zero torque center shafted putter. So again, my recommendation is again, I have a putting green here and most of the different models to test and try. So
Well, John, as you know, I've had a little love-hate relationship with my putter over the last few years. I've really struggled with my putting. I was in your store a couple weeks ago. I picked up a used Lab putter, and I'm putting kind
oh,
of
that's right. That's
a
right.
little bit better with it.
Yeah.
I'm not in love with it. I'm in
Right.
like right now.
Right.
But I thought I needed a change. And to your point, I do think it's a little bit more forgiving. My trouble is with those short ones. Again, I've worked my way through that, but I feel a little bit better. It gave me a little bit more confidence when I started putting with it. So changing your putter every now and then can reboot your putting as well, for sure.
Right. Right. And again, all these putters, in my opinion, alignment's really key. You might think you're a bad putter, but if you're not reading the green properly and you're not aligning the putter properly, it might not be your stroke. It might be, those things. So the alignment aids that are on the putters now really make it easier to get the proper lineup that you hopefully you read the thing correctly and you got the right line. So it definitely makes it easier.
Another golf club that you're going to hit a lot is your driver, obviously, and it's an important club because you hit the ball out of play off the tee, you're not going to score very well, that's for sure.
Right.
And it's not always about the distance, John. It's about the consistency. And here another just using me for an example, just because I can relate to clubs and switching clubs, and I'm not a big club guy where I switch my clubs a lot. I have the old M4 driver. And I tell you what, I'm one of those guys that haven't been able to find the driver that I feel comfortable with. And but once you find the driver, that the shaft, the head, and you like it, it's very, very important. It makes the game a lot easier. It's one of the more confident clubs in my bag, and it's an older golf club.
Right. But I think the key there too is that M4, it's adjustable. And the nice thing about the current drivers are you really have to invest time and energy once you get the new driver to go to the range and really spend a lot of time trying the different lofts, even if it's at 3/4 of a degree or, a degree and a half, you can tweak it in different directions. And, a lot of guys grab a driver and they just roll out. They don't, this is going too high. I would say, well, you can adjust it down. Oh, you can you can adjust it down. So, and then also, as you're aging, do I stay in a stiff shaft? Do I go in a regular flex? And again, the nice thing about, or even a senior, you're going for, let's say you're 75 and
I'm not there yet, John.
Right. I know you're not, but you have a regular flex and, popping a senior flex in there might help. And that's another nice thing about the drivers is, you don't necessarily have to buy a new driver. You just might need a new shaft. So, but again, the technology, a lot of carbon crowns, carbon underneath to lighten the head and make it. The key to distance, obviously, is club head speed. So the lighter they make the driver, the more speed you generate. The more speed you generate is going to give you a little bit more distance. So that's the concept, at least.
Well, John, you got your golf bag, you got your clubs in the bag. I know you do a great job with all the soft goods. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back and talk about some other gift opportunities and options for the golfer in your family and maybe some friends of yours here at Ruddo's Golf in just a second. So stay with us.
And now a word from our sponsor.
I love a good adventure, and my friends and family do too. So we all drive Toyotas, Tacomas for my rugged buds, and Corollas for my city crew. And I drive a RAV4 that I take camping, shopping, and basically everywhere else. We all picked our Toyotas because they're reliable and efficient and have amazing resale value, saving us money now and down the road, so we can make every day an adventure. Check out buyatoyota.com for deals and inventory. Toyota, let's go places.
And welcome back into the Endless Golf Podcast presented by Toyota. Staying with me is PGA Professional and the owner of Ruddo's Golf, John Ruddo. And John, we had the opportunity to talk about the golf clubs and the golf bag, and you're all set to play. But you know, some of the other important factors of how you feel and how comfortable you are. And I know when you're playing bad golf, when we're out on the golf course playing, you're playing bad. You always tell me, Bobby, I'm not a PGA professional. I'm a shoe salesman. So I know shoes are near and dear to your heart. You have a great selection of shoes, both for men and women at the store.
Well, you talk about you playing bad or me playing bad?
Well, both of us.
Yeah, I usually never try to play bad, Bobby. I might have a little bit of.
I know you don't try to play bad, but I've been witness to that. So.
No, but shoe wise, yeah, we carry over 500 shoes in stock. Carry food, Sketcher, Callaway, the new Tiger Woods shoe. We have a great selection, all shapes, sizes. We go from 7 all the way up to 15. We have wides. And price point wise, it's as low as $59 to $200. So we have a very good variety of shoes, different colors, shapes, and sizes. And it is important to make sure you have some kind of shoe that offers you support and is comfortable and hopefully is waterproof. You know, it doesn't have to be raining, but you know, you get some dew out there and you don't have a waterproof shoe, your socks might get a little wet. But and really a big improvement with the shoe is they're so much more comfortable. No more blisters. Those days are gone. You get a new pair of shoes if you have the right size. Blisters won't be a problem. But again, I would say probably half my sales are now spikeless versus spiked. So there's a good variety there. You know, if you have one pair, you only have one pair of shoe, I probably recommend a spike pair. But you know, like you probably have 7-8 pair of Bobby since you play golf every day. That you probably could have a good variety of spikeless also versus spike. Just spike is a little bit lighter weight. You know, if you walk, we got a lot of guys down here that take the push cart. So yeah, and also I don't want to leave it to women too. It's the same. We have it looks like maybe about 100 pair of women's shoes in stock, and again, same deal. Spike versus spikeless.
Yeah, for the spikeless are great. You can put them on when you leave the house. They're comfortable. They're easy to get around in. The only thing I will say is if it's a little wet, if you're playing early in the morning, there's a little dew on the ground, or it's wet. It had rained that day. It can be a little slippery. I like to have the spikes in. So I like to have at least 2 pairs of shoes, Johnny, to say the least.
Two.
So,
2 times 4 for you.
Yeah. I would say this, you want your feet comfortable. You want to be comfortable because you're going to spend a lot of time on your feet when you're playing a game of golf, but you also want to have your temperature right. And you need the right outerwear as well on the golf course. So make sure you're warm, make sure you're comfortable. There's nothing like spending 4.5 hours out on a golf course and freezing. And so you have a lot of outerwear to make sure when you're playing as well.
Yeah, you hit it on the head there, Bobby. Being here at the shore, it's, we could have they predict 65-degree weather, and you go out there, let's say down Ocean City, Newport, and you're on the water and the wind's blowing 10 to 15, where your 65-degree day just went to 50. So I always recommend layering. So I wear a lot of mocks. I like a vest to free up the swing. We have a ton of vests in here, different full zip, pullover, nylon, fleece, and then you jump into the wind shirt, which is, again, can be a crew neck, can be a quarter zip. We have a ton of those in the different materials. And then, if you're getting a bad day out there, we also carry a fair amount of waterproof gear, rain pants, rain jackets, rain short sleeve, rain 3/4 zip. So it's important to make sure you really prepare. Like when I go, I don't really play in bad weather. I try to play in bad weather.
No kidding.
I'm not a mutter, I can tell you that. But if I have to go play in some kind of event, and I take the whole back cart is full of different types of outerwear pieces, because you can shed them, you can always take them off, but just make sure you show up with all the above, just to make sure your day goes smoothly as far as your body temperature.
I tell you this, one thing I always keep in my golf bag is a little wool cap, because
Yep.
One of the most important things to keep warm besides your hands is your head.
Yep.
And so I always keep that in there no matter where I am. I've got one in my golf bag right now.
Yep.
It's important because to your point, you never know when the weather's going to turn. The wind picks up, the sun goes down, it gets cool.
Yeah.
And you want to be feeling good on those, especially the last 3 or 4 holes, which are usually the most important.
Right. And being here at the beach, you just never know what kind of weather you're going to have. But, if you live like Bobby Vermillion, you're in Florida in the wintertime, so you don't really have to deal with these kind of weather issues that we might have. But, I have actually a little, what is it called? A little ear.
Covers your ears. Yeah. Little ear muffs.
Not an ear muff.
They're cute.
Ear band. Ear band. I got an ear band. Please.
Well, John, what about if you're looking, obviously golfers are looking for, something to give, or they don't have to spend a lot of money, like a specialty gift, whether it's ball markers or different repair tools, you've got all that as well.
Yeah. So also, if you have MLB or NFL fans, we carry a good line of apparel. We have golf shirts, we have hoodies, we have quarter zip pullovers, we have head covers, we have ball markers, we have towels, and carry a fair amount of, obviously, Raven, Eagle, Commanders, Steelers, the big teams, and also golf balls. So if you have a friend or a husband or a son or an uncle who's into the NFL, you can come in here and get a nice array of NFL goodies to get you going. And then we also obviously have a lot of golf shirts. I got a big sale going on now. Trying to move through these before spring comes around. So we we got some Johnny O, Cutter and Buck, Flag and Anthem, Greg Norman. So real good selection. Again, all sizes from small to XXX. So, and then accessory wise, towels. And also another nice gift is, if you want to spend a little bit of money, is rangefinders. So we carry blue tees and pin, and that's a real nice gift for the holiday. We also do gift cards, which is really a nice gift to add. If you want to give them something where they can come and pick it out themselves. So we do a lot of gift cards.
Yeah, because if you don't know what the golfer and your family, your friends, whatever want, and you particularly with clubs and things like that, a gift card is definitely a good option for sure.
Yeah. So what we do also is we tell our clients that, if you buy something and they don't like it, they can bring it back and get whatever they want. We don't do refunds, but we do exchanges. So if you get someone a shirt and they want a dozen balls, they can come in and swap it out. So we don't want to have any anxiety, with gift giving. So we try to make it real simple to the buyer, that let them know that if the person you give it to doesn't like it, they can bring and exchange it.
Well, John, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about probably the most important thing at Ruddo's Golf, and that is your staff. You've got Derek and your son, Jonathan, who've been there with you forever, it seems like. And I've been around that store quite a bit. It's like I like the local barbershop.
It's about
a lot of us golfers. And I can tell you, Jonathan and Derek do a great job with the customer. They can walk you through pretty much anything you're looking for when it comes to golf equipment or apparel.
Yeah, no doubt. Jonathan and Derek spent a lot of time on the sim, letting guys demo stuff. And if anyone out there that needs any kind of information on baseball whether it be college baseball or MLB baseball or travel teams. Derek Berzonski is your guy. He can guide you through the service and really let you know if you have a son thinking about playing baseball and traveling.
He can keep you up to date, that's for sure.
And if there's any F1 fans out there, my son JJ is a big F1 guy. So, yeah, a lot of wisdom here at Ruddo's Golf, Bobby. Not just golf,
Not just
golf, but all
not just golf, but a little bit of everything. It's a great place just to have a conversation about sports or life in general. So
and hopefully spend a little bit of money.
Hopefully, that'd be the end goal for you for sure. One other thing before we go, you do all the buying for the Ruark Golf property. And I know you're very proud of that, and you take a lot of pride in that as well. And so whether it's Rum Point, whether it's obviously Glen Riddle Golf Club or Lighthouse Sound and even Nutters Crossing, you spend a lot of time at those pro shops, and they look great. And that's a great gift idea as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're not going to be here, but there's a big holiday party at Glen Riddle on the 5th of December. Big discounts, and they really look forward to that. And it's stocked. I mean, I carry all the big brand names, and again, try to have nice size runs and nice color stories, and just try to make it easy for the shoppers. That's for sure.
Absolutely. All the pro shops look great at all the golf courses. Obviously as a member of Glen Riddle. And, if you've got a friend that's a member of the club, they always like a logoed shirt. That's for sure. So a lot of options for the golfers. So you can definitely find out there for the holiday season, John. And I know you're excited. The store's festive. Derek and Jonathan are ready. So all the best coming for the holiday season. Yeah,
man. I appreciate you having me on. And, we're open 9 to 5 and 10 to 3 on Sundays. And then I'll be here Christmas Eve. And we're open right after Christmas also. So the only day we close is Christmas Day. So feel free to reach out to us or stop by.
All right, John Ruddo, the owner of Ruddo's Golf, PGA Professional on 611 in West Ocean City. If you haven't been there, it's a great store, a great service. And I know John and his staff, we looking forward to seeing some new customers here this holiday season. So, John, thanks again. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for having me, Bobby.
You got it.
Appreciate
so long, everybody.
The Endless Golf Podcast has been brought to you by Toyota.